Hey, quick message for you guys. I unfortunately am going to be busy with a lot of stuff as usual, as I've stated on my bulletin on my channel, but I just thought that I'd give you guys a quick heads up and say that, a lot of the videos that you're going to be seeing are already pre-taped, or I'm going to be taping them. So I'm pretty much going to pre-tape a lot of my stuff and then post it afterwards. So depending on the time, if you're a little bit confused with something, just know that they were probably taped like a few days ago or so, or even a couple of weeks back. Yeah. I'll post this to the first set of videos which you're going to see, which are it's either going to be my updated comic book collection video, or it's going to be my lesser known but awesome heroes, the first set of videos which deal with the Doom Patrol. So, yeah, whichever video is posted to this, just look for that. Greetings, YouTube. Hello again. Monster is doing his supervillains examined thing, and I've been meaning to do this for a while. I've actually wanted to create my own series, but I think since Monster's doing one where he's examining supervillains, I thought I would do mine, and I'm going to call this segment Lesser Known But Awesome Heroes. Now the whole point of this is that I'm going to be talking about really lesser known, or characters that should be a little bit more popular than they should in the DC Comics universe and the Marvel Comics universe. Today I'm going to talk about, I think, some very interesting and cool characters, and supposedly the guy who created these people for DC said that Stan Lee ripped him off when he created the X-Men, but I'm talking about DC's, strangest heroes. I am talking about the Doom Patrol. I'm talking about, of course, the Doom Patrol, the Chief, Negative Man, Elastigirl. Let me actually pull this up. Robot Man. And I'm also going to be talking, believe it or not, little fun fact, Beast Boy, who's part of the Teen Titans, actually got his start in the DC universe being a partial member of the Doom Patrol. Just thought that I'd give a little fun fact out there for you. And there have been lots of other members of the Doom Patrol, characters like Crazy Jane, who had the ability to take on a different power with each personality that she had. She was kind of schizophrenic. There was a Negative Woman who had the powers of Negative Man for a short time. And dozens of other characters. Half of them got killed, or they just got rid of them, or they never really explained what happened to them. But pretty much I'm going to be talking predominant, and also another member. I don't know if you'll be able to see his picture or not, but Minto. Now, Minto, because I'm going to close his image, he is a guy who was in love with Rita Fair, Elastigirl. And all he is just kind of like a Hank Pym kind of wannabe. He created a helmet that, using his own mind, he could lift objects or stuff like that. That's why he called himself Minto. He fought for years with the Chief on wanting to join the Doom Patrol, and then eventually he was led on, and he ended up being an invaluable member because of his scientific genius, or at least his quote-unquote genius. Beast Boy got his start because he was an orphan who broke into the Doom Patrol's headquarters when he was still a teen, and they give his origins and everything else. You guys can read up on that or watch, the Teen Titans animated series. I'm sure they explain that. especially in the episode that featured the Doom Patrol, but the Doom Patrol have been featured in Batman Brave and the Bold, Teen Titans, and I think a few other cartoons are there mentioned. But let me break it down to you guys here. Pretty much, I'm going to focus on this image. The Doom Patrol, pretty much, I would consider them to be on par with more the Fantastic Four than the X-Men. But they're considered the world's strangest heroes. They're considered misfits, outcasts. Now, Dr. Niles Collier, or the Chief, as he's known as, wanted to create a group of misfits, you know, people that he could ban for a superhero team. So he basically rigged Larry Tainer, or Trainer, depending on which version you hear. I say Tainer because it sounds closer to that. You know, he sabotaged Larry's plane, he sabotaged Cliff's car, and he might have had something to do with, you know, Rita's stunt work. Now you're thinking to yourself, you know, wow, this guy's an asshole, so he basically messed up pretty much all three of the main members of the original Doom Patrol's lives. Yeah, but he also gave them a second chance too, because they were social outcasts, they weren't accepted. So what Collier ended up doing is that he made them into the Doom Patrol, gave them a lease on life. You know, and pretty much, even then, in recent memory, when they've all found out that Collier was part of it, even when he was about to be killed, they still spared his life, but they're really not trusting of Collier all that much anymore. Simply because they know that Collier ruined their lives. But Collier, he wants to fix things. He messed up their lives, and he sees that he's done that, and he's tried to make up for it, which is very admirable. So, and also, he's one of the most intelligent men in the DC universe. Extremely intelligent. However, he's bound to a wheelchair. And his greatest enemy, and also the Doom Patrol's greatest enemy, Dr. M Mortis, he was trying to discover this, you know, he had lived for centuries upon centuries. They don't even know. He's about as old as time themselves, Collier has said numerous times. And he tried to make an immortality serum, and in the process he implanted a bomb in Collier's spine, or in his heart. So he tricks him, makes him shoot him. However, Collier survives, the bomb gets out. However, the bad part of it is that because he had waited for so long, he actually lost the use of his legs. Like, we're talking amputee level, but he used his genius intellect to help form the Doom Patrol, and he also has this thing called his action wheelchair, which if you watch Brave and the Bold, that's pretty much his action wheelchair. He can make it hover, he can put a shield around it, he can use like a blowtorch or a flamethrower, he can shoot missiles, shoot a laser beam, have like a grappling hook. I mean, he's got all kinds of attachments that come out of his wheelchair. Very intelligent character. And the next one that we move on to is Rita Fair. Even though it's spelled F-A-R-R, it's pronounced Fair. Better known as Elastigirl. Now, what makes Elastigirl pretty cool is that Rita Fair was a movie star. She was an actress. And she wanted to do her own stunt with, you know, a live crocodile. And she's also been revealed to be an Olympic-level swimmer. A very excellent swimmer at that. And so she tumbles down this waterfall during a stunt. And she's right near this volcanic kind of area. And it's releasing these weird, gassy vapors that, you know, ends up rendering her unconscious. And she's sick for days. Nobody can figure out what it is. People think that's bad, you know, hoodoo or voodoo or something. And then it's revealed that the vapors basically altered her body chemistry. And so she can pretty much, she can alter her size at will, so she can increase and decrease her size. She can twist her arm into a pretzel and stuff, you know, almost kind of like, you know, a very elastic kind of character, hence her name Elastigirl, and all this stuff. Picture if Choji from Naruto was, you know, made love to Mr. Fantastic and Ant-Man.